Hi, I'm Bret Howard, team leader for the Bret Group at eXp Realty, and today I want to talk about mortgage rates. So, of course you need to verify rates and programs and all that stuff with the lender. I'm just going to talk very generally about, my knowledge of, interest rates and mortgage programs and things, to look for when you're, purchasing a home this year in 2023. So if you look at a lot of people are talking about how high the rates have gotten, and, obviously, most people that say that haven't been around long enough to, pay attention to the rates and what the historical rate average is. I pulled up a chart that, I found online that was based off of from Freddie Mac's historical data. It was from the mortgagereports.com if you want to verify. But the 30-year mortgage rates, the history average is 7.76%. Now that factors in an 18% interest rate right around 82, 83. But if you look at, other than that time span, since, really recently, it's been quite a bit lower than that, hovering right around 6% at the high. If you look at the history, which we'll include this graphic in the video, it'll show you kind of the trend and where we've been at and how low it's been. It's just barely starting to creep up. It's not even close to what that 30-year average has been. So, what I'm advising people to consider right now, if they think the rates are a little too high, is to look into doing like an adjustable rate mortgage, which your rate, for example, is fixed for 5 years. It doesn't change, but then after the 5 years, it can adjust based on what the prime rate is. Now, again, please verify this with a lender before you do this. But if you're somebody that has, questionable credit or, tends to have blemishes on credit from time to time, this is definitely not the loan program for you, because this is what created a lot of hassles and issues during the Great Recession, when you had people taking subprime loans with lower credit scores, getting a blemish along the line, which caused them the inability to refinance at the end, and then it headed into foreclosure or a short sale. If you're a person with good, credit standing and you have good credit history and, financial habits, this is definitely a program I would seriously consider for you, because it's going to keep your rate low. I think I saw something recently, those were right around 5.5. Again, don't quote me, but you have to check with a lender, compared to maybe 6.25, 6.5, or whatever it's at right now. And then when the rate comes down, any time in that 5 years, you can refinance. So housing prices are not going to come down. They're going to go up. So if you can get into something now at a decent price, the rate might be higher. You might have to pay a little bit more for a little bit, but you'll eventually get to refinance. And history has shown that whenever a presidential election comes up, which we have in 2 years, the rates come down. So if you look at the trend, it's definitely been that every year. So any questions about this, reach out to us. We can put you in contact with the lender. We can answer some questions. You can check out our website, bradbret.com, and reach out to us anytime. Take care.